y'all, it's Betsy, and today we have a fun video. We're going to be testing out the Ruby May Cosmetics Peppermint Mocha palette. Now, I purchased this myself along with the pumpkin spice palette, and they are on sale on their website right now, or not the pumpkin spice, the spice latte. They're on sale on their website right now for $19.99, and I purchased both of them myself. I've already done a look with the spice latte. I will try to remember to link it up in the cards so you can see it if you're interested. But Nadia was interested in these palettes, so I was like, we will definitely try them out. So it has got a mirror in here, and then it says Beautiful. And it is 9 shades, which 9 to 12 shades is like the ideal size palette for me. And it has some really good Christmassy colors, a really pretty forest green. So we're gonna start by swatching these, and then we're gonna decide on the look. I don't think I'm gonna do green today. I've done so many green looks lately, it's not even funny. But I love the way these shadows feel. So first up is Mocha. Then we have Candy Cane, Chai Spice, Eggnog. So Candy Cane, Chai Spice, Eggnog. Let's wipe our fingers off. Then we've got Cranberry, Gingerbread, Peppermint, and Whip. So we've got Cranberry, Gingerbread, Peppermint, and Whip. And then last but not least, which is kind of an odd shade name, honestly, for this palette, is Green Apple. Like, wouldn't it have been better if they would have used like fir, like F-I-R, not F-U-R, like is in the fir tree? And that's what it looks like. Okay, so this palette has 4 mattes and 5 shimmers, which doesn't bother me because I love a good shimmer ratio whenever it comes to eyeshadow. I love shimmers. That's probably my favorite thing. Shimmers and glitters and all that kind of jazz, because I love anything that is sparkly. So we're gonna start off, I've already primed my eyes, that's why they look as pale as they do, with the Gerard Clean Canvas eyeshadow base in Fair. Anytime I do anything that is slightly colorful, I always use the Fair shade. If I'm going for more of a nude look, I will do the medium shade. And I do have the Nabla palette coming in, so we're gonna do a look with that. And then I also still have the Baby Yoda palette. I just got that, so we still got to do that, and we are going to be doing a giveaway with that. So I've got my BK Beauty 201 brush, and we're going to go into the shade Gingerbread first. I figured that would be a great shade to start with, because I don't want to do a green look all over my lid today, because I have done so many green looks lately. Not that that's a bad thing, because green is one of my favorite color schemes to work with. But I have done so many looks lately that I figured we would stick more in the neutrally red range today, and then we will use green again probably tomorrow for the Baby Yoda palette. So let's start by blending this out. Doesn't that look pretty? So pretty. Love that. So it's kind of quiet up the shop today. Jeremy is here because it's Saturday. I'm filming the day, I dropped my brush. So I'm filming the day of, because I have a few other videos I'm working on, like the Guerlain foundation and stuff, but those take days to test out, like, especially when it's something expensive like that. A foundation, I like to see what it does for several days before I decide on if I like it or not. That is a pretty color, isn't it? No weird splotchiness, nothing like that. which is always good. Looks so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go into the shade Cranberry. And we're gonna add that. Yes. This is, the shade Cranberry is giving me, I think it's Love Letter, or yeah, Love Letter from Modern Renaissance vibes. I like how that's blending out. It has definitely more of a fuchsia undertone to it. So we're gonna go ahead and do that same thing on each eye. I don't understand how people do like an eyeshadow look and do one eye and then do the other. I would never be able to remember what I had done to start with. That looks so pretty, doesn't it? But yeah, I think I'm going to use everything today except for the greens. And the only reason I'm staying away from the greens again is because I have done so many green looks. But greens, y'all, that's one of my favorites. Greens, purples, pinks. But greens probably suit my skin tone the best. So let's just keep blending that out. There we go. That looks really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna grab a clean blending brush. This is the Zoeva Luxe Crease. And I'm just going over the edges just to make sure everything is nice and soft. I always tend to blend too much versus not enough, because you can always add shadow. But the problem is if you get too much, you can't take it away. So now I'm gonna grab the BK Beauty. This is the 205 brush. And we're gonna go into the shade Mocha, which is that deep brown. Oh yeah. And we're just gonna keep that on the outer edge for depth. See how much depth that adds? So as you can see, this shape of brush gets it right into the crease, but it also brings it up just a little bit, because sometimes I have hooded eyes and sometimes I don't. And that may sound weird, but sometimes you'll know as you age, you know, some days your skin looks better than others. So I'm taking that BK Beauty 201 and just going over the edges of Mocha and making sure it's nice and blended in with the cranberry and gingerbread color. This is giving me all the fun, warm Christmas vibes. Doesn't this kind of remind you of like a Christmas fireplace? Okay, so let's grab, this is the ColourPop E4 brush. We're gonna grab glitter glue, not the lash is stuck. I have lashes, they get stuck everywhere. I don't know how y'all are, but like I take them off and leave them over here, and then like I'll move stuff around and then get it stuck like everywhere. This is the Too Faced glitter glue. This is something I use with all of my shimmers. It just kind of helps everything stay on, and then it makes it where I can use a brush with it, which is something I like to do. So I think what I'm gonna start with is candy cane on the outside. So you can see how that red shade picks up. So pretty. And this is, candy cane is definitely more of a pinky tone red than like a true red, or like a blue toned red, which again is kind of, everybody likes different types of reds. I tend to lean more towards blue tone reds whenever I'm using reds, especially for eyeshadow and lipsticks, but that doesn't mean that's how you have to lean. Okay, so we got that on. Not perfectly even, but we'll fix it. Now we're gonna go into the shade, same brush, Chai Spice, and add that to the middle of the lid. That's really pretty. I like to do, especially when there's a palette that is super shimmer heavy, kind of like this one, I like to do multiple shimmers on the lid like this for blending and just to kind of see how they all work. It's a preference of mine. Okay, now I'm gonna dust that off and we're gonna go into Eggnog, which is the gold shade. But yeah, what is your favorite drink at Starbucks? Mine is always the Peppermint Mocha, especially because that to me screams the start of holiday season. It's like when Peppermint Mocha comes out, that's when I know it's Christmas time. And like, because I run a retail store, that's what my business is, sometimes like the holidays get overwhelming, but oh, that's pretty. But I definitely, there are some traditions that I just love. So I'm just taking that BK Beauty 201 brush and going over all the edges to make sure everything is nice and blended. Doesn't that look so pretty? Okay, let's take off the eye tapes. I really like that. It kind of reminds me of a turkey. It really does remind me of a turkey. This would be a great Thanksgiving look. Like, especially if you're wearing like brown or like a really neutral colored shirt. This does remind me of a turkey. Or at least the colors, like whenever you're a kid in school, you know how you'll like color a turkey picture? I still have kids, you know, that are younger, or I got one that's still younger. He's 13. So it wasn't that long ago that we got like turkey pictures and stuff like that in like the gold, orange, red. This reminds me of turkey. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, I'm gonna go off camera, do the rest of my face, and then we'll come back and we'll do the lower lash line. Okie dokie. So I'm back and I have the rest of my face on. I'm still testing out the Guerlain foundation, but so far I have really been loving it. I am using the Afternoon Snack Mo Honey Highlighter by Fenty Beauty. See how pretty that is? I'm also using the Cotton Candy and Champagne Blush Lighter palette by Beauty Bakery. I mixed Sip Sip Hooray and Stop and Smell the Rosé as my blush. And then for bronzer, I am also using Beauty Bakery, the Coffee and Cocoa, the Deja Brew as my bronzer. Such a pretty color. So I have lined my eyes with the ColourPop BFF Gel Cream Eyeliner in black. And my lips are a mix of the Pat McGrath Perma Gel Lip Liner in Suburbia. And then my lipstick is the YSL Rouge Lippy Shine. I don't know what the color is, but it looks like this. It's like a lip balm. Nadia bought that for me as one of my Christmas presents, but gave it to me early. We are a terrible family about that. We give away gifts early all the time. I mean, it's like something that we do. So I think we're gonna finish out the look by grabbing the BK Beauty. This is the 205 brush, which I used in the Mocha shade earlier, and I'm gonna use that again under my lash line. And I am using false lashes. I have the Eyelure Accent number 5s on my eyes. They're what I use all the time. They're literally my favorite eyelashes. And I have tried a lot. A lot of them feel too big for me. So I just don't wear them. I don't get along with them. So this is the BK Beauty 201 brush. We're gonna slightly grab Gingerbread. Ever so slightly, just to blend out. There we go. Because I like to have a very deep under eye, because as you can see, that's where I have most of my wrinkles, is in my under eye. So one thing to do to kind of get rid of them is to kind of, my hair looks crazy right now, but it's okay. So that helps kind of hide them. And I'm going to go, this is the Refer 13 brush, and we're gonna go into Whip. See if that'll pick up on there. And use that as our inner corner highlight. Oh yeah. This is screaming festive holiday. At least to me. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I'm just gonna grab, this is the Refer number 12 brush, and just kind of go over the edge just to make sure everything is nice and blended. I have all the Refer brushes thanks to my husband. As I said before, I am one of the luckiest women in the world to have someone who is so supportive of my hobby slash, you know, second job kind of thing, because, you know, I feel like the YouTube for my beauty is like my second job. I love doing it. I mean, but it is still work, and he supports me 100%. So, liking how this is looking, let's go ahead and spray down. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray. And let's talk about the palette. So today I used 7 out of the 9 shades, and they look beautiful. I love how this look came out. I'm very, very happy with the colors, even though I do remind myself of a turkey. But I guess, yeah, so I really do like this palette. So if you're interested in getting it and you have the funds to do it, you know, if you want it, get it. I never will tell you that you need a palette, because you never need an eyeshadow palette. This Color Story, the warm tones that I use today has been done 100,000 times before, but I do love this bottom row. Like, I want to create a look with just that. I think that would be a very, very pretty Christmas look, but I stayed away from the greens because I've done so many green looks lately. But I mean, other than that, I think the palette is stunning. So I would definitely recommend checking out Ruby May Cosmetics, because they have both of the palettes I've tried from them have been stellar. So if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below. I typically post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but as I've said, especially this is the holiday season, so we're inundated by new products, and I love testing makeup, so I will post as much as I possibly can. But I guess that's it, so we'll see y'all later. Bye.